I blew up the $1,000 account. Just kidding. So here's what actually happened. I opened up the $1,000 account in TradeStation. TradeStation has very similar margins to NinjaTrader, AMP Futures, things like that. And I was trying to do that and trade another account. And if you go to my channel right now, I haven't even updated it yet. I've been so busy, guys. I'm just gonna rant a little bit in this video, kind of talk about what we're gonna do for the next challenge, but also why this challenge kind of got slowed down. Anyways, the short of it, the TLDR, you don't have to watch the whole video, get to the point, is that TradeStation only has good margin from 9:30 a.m. till 4, okay? Not just around settlement, okay? So that's very, very different. If you trade with Ninja, which is where my main account is, and I just assumed it was the same.
This is a very childish, naive, dumb, unadult mistake to make.
I want that to be very, very clear, okay? I didn't read all the data. I figured in the trading space where things are as competitive as they are, with them being as flashy and things as they are, that their margin would be as good as, or as flexible as NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader just has really good margin, okay? I highly recommend Ninja for your personal account, especially if you have a small account balance, guys, and you want to trade futures. I cannot recommend them enough, okay? Great intraday margin for growing an account if you want to trade futures or any type of linear product. TradeStation, what happens is at 4 p.m., this actually happened to me, I got dinged for margin because I held a position into close. Now, I trade futures. I very often will hold positions into close, or I'll take a position at 4 to 5 because settlement is from 5 to 6. If you don't know what that means, it doesn't matter. But you should find out what it means, especially if you're a newbie, because these things are really, really important in a small account. So for someone like me, where $75 is not really meaningful, in the context of a $1,000 account, $75 is a ton of money, okay? So that was a really sign to me. I said, this doesn't really make sense. I don't think you should get dinged, you know, up until 4. The other thing is, I tried to take a trade overnight. Now, I trade overnight pretty often, okay? Not all the time, but if there's a clear setup, I'll take a trade overnight, like 6 p.m. open, settlement open, I'll take a trade. Or very often what I like to do is I'll go to the gym. If you're my community, or if you're watching this, you probably are my community, you know this, get back from the gym. It's like 10 p.m. I look at the charts, the shakeouts already happened post-settlement, and I might want to take a trade, you know, before I go to bed into the morning, okay? Or even just taking a trade at like 6 a.m. Guess what? You need full margin, which makes it hard to do a small account challenge with futures with TradeStation. Now, you're probably saying, Forrest, you could just trade equities. And you could, right? I'm an equities trader. I trade everything. I've been trading all types of things for a very, very long time. I focus on futures because of the way that it allows you to manage risk linearly. I'm not gonna go into a full breakdown on all of this, but if you understand setups, the most important thing for newbies is risk management. Okay, winning a trade is actually completely irrelevant. Your goal as a newbie should be able to participate in the markets for some prolonged period of time, 3 months, 6 months, and learn something, okay? If you make a lot of money, that's cool, but not losing money is even better. Not losing money and learning means that you have actually gotten a lot closer to making a lot of money. It's way more important. And I would argue that those facts remain same over time because trading isn't actually about linear gains, no matter what products you're trading, believe this or not, because you can always lever up, okay? If I see a really good trade in futures, I can increase my leverage and then make a ton of money at once, which is ultimately the goal long-term once you have a system and edge. But none of that matters or is possible or is sustainable without a system or edge. And systems and edges can only be earned through experience, and the only way that you could survive long enough to gain the experience is if you don't lose money, which always backs you into step 0, which is surviving and not losing money. So that's why I like futures. I started as an options trader. I have a very unique background, so it's pointless for me to even recommend that other people do that, right? I worked at a brokerage, so it doesn't even make sense for me to, you know, tell other people to do that. I just had a very different life experience, which gave me access to people around me and knowledge and just the nomenclature and the semantics and everything, okay? So what we're gonna do for this challenge going forward is instead of a $1,000 account and just being realistic with myself, it's really hard for me to trade all these different accounts, guys. So I'm just gonna trade instead a little bit higher margin account. I'm just gonna trade a 30K account, okay, in Ninja, which will be good, okay? I was actually sick this past week. I had the flu. It was really, really, really bad. I've got a bunch of other stuff going on right now, okay? I came in as the CEO in a business. So I'm helping operate that, grow that, which is super exciting stuff. You're gonna see a lot of really cool stuff with that. I wanna get back into teaching and focusing on that. That's a really big passion of mine. That's really the only reason that I do this stuff. And so, you know, I have a tendency to be over ambitious, and I just wanna make sure that I always reel myself back into what my main priority, which is showing people things. So I think what I'm gonna do is for a week, we're not gonna do it forever because I don't have a desire to be a public trader. That's just not my thing. It's not my goal, and I really don't care. But I do think there's a lot of value in kind of showing people how I execute real setups, whether it's on the stream or even here on YouTube. So I'm gonna show you guys just in TradeZello. Well, let's use TradeZello for this. I've had TradeZello for a long time. I don't have a affiliate with them. Go and pay, it's worth the full price. There's a discount, I don't know, go check out TradeZello. It's an amazing premium, like top tier product. I've had it, I used to use it. I'm gonna be using it for this simply because of time. I think the best way to journal is a little bit slower, especially if you're a newbie. So you wanna journal manually, you wanna write down your thoughts manually. You don't wanna be too systematic. You wanna take your time because you don't need to be racing to trade anyways. There's a lot of different topics being hit here in this video, but that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna trade a 30K account, probably like 1 NQ, 5 MQ to 1 NQ, and we'll set some goals for the week. We will discuss kind of the macro setup, what we're doing, and then, yeah, I will maybe do 1 or 2 videos throughout the week, kind of just showing how the account made or lost money that week. Not promising that I'll make money on the week. I'm gonna be very open and vulnerable doing this because I normally don't do it. I know you guys may imagine, hey, maybe Forrest always makes money. No, I don't always make money. And in fact, the reason that I don't live trade, generally speaking, is because it's way harder. So kudos to people that do that. I know I suck at it, but we're gonna do a little bit of shared trading nonetheless for the sake of the challenge and just getting it out there. So that's the main part of the video. The last part is gonna be me just talking here about life and stuff. So shout out to everybody who did the scholarship. I'm gonna do the announcement actually after I finish filming this video, so that's cool. The scholarship is for a course that I worked on last year. You know, why did I create the course? Well, as they say, those that can't do, teach. I'm kidding. I love trading, like everything else. If you're considering getting my course, it is expensive, understand that. I put a lot of time into it. When we launched it, we had 42 videos, and we're adding more every week. Sol's been adding a ton. I've been a little bit behind on that, but we add, you know, real examples of our trades, commentary from our Discord, and actual like lessons in there as well. I'll probably do another coaching cohort, which the course is based off of. Sometime this year, we'll see. I did coaching, I did 3 rounds of coaching. It's great. It's really hard to trade and coach at the same time. So while sure, I guess some people make a lot of money doing that, and that's cool. From a time, you know, and purpose perspective, it's something that I'm gonna manage. I'm only gonna do a few a year. I'll do one eventually. There's just a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna do an in-person event this year in Miami. It's gonna be the course light, right? So it'll be a nice meet and greet. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to meet me and stuff like that, which is cool. I love it. I'm a very private person, honestly. I'm an introvert. I don't know what I seem like on here or not. I don't know, maybe I'm projecting a little bit, but I'm a nerd, guys. I like to keep to myself. I'm very private, but you know, we're getting out more and more. Obviously, I'm a public persona, so kind of gotta get over that. Nonetheless, we're gonna do an in-person day trading bootcamp here in Miami. That's gonna be super dope. And the last thing, My Fun and Futures, still my favorite prop firm if you wanna get started. I know that there's been, you know, how do I wanna say this? There are waves on YouTube. And yes, I'm a surfer. I ride the waves like everyone else because I'm a YouTuber. And you know, part of getting reach means that you have to play the game. You have to do what reaches people to get in front of them, right? And then once you have people's attention, you know, maybe you gotta be a little clickbaity to get their attention, then you can say what you wanna say, okay? There's been prop firms were huge on a wave, and then it was popular to just say that they're super bad. You know, my whole thing is if someone's talking in absolutes, it's either because they're naive, they're young, they're both, or they're dumb. But you never speak in absolutes, okay? You should always make up your own mind. I was hesitant to trade prop firms at first because I've been trading my own account. The only reason I started trading prop firms is because I was open-minded. A buddy of mine who was a newer trader, he's an amazing trader now, he started trading prop firms. He's been hyper successful with them. I did okay with them. There's a lot of rules. and I've just been trading my own account this entire time. I think they're great if you know how to trade. If you know how to trade, they're a great tool. There are a lot of rules that you have to account for, and everybody should make their own determination. And the reason that I think My Funded Futures is a great prop firm is because they have accounts with a very small amount of rules where you basically just trade however you want, right? So yeah, so still partner with them. Always gonna advocate for good prop firms. I think they're great tools. I'll still do prop firm reviews and things like that, even though people are gonna come and be in absolutes and do whatever. And it's like, okay, dude, I don't care. I barely trade the things. I trade my own account. I understand that not everybody has 50K of capital and they still might want to learn how to trade, right? So it is what it is. Nonetheless, that's it. Subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.